maybe I'll stand up and see if you can see my little bump. So I'm super excited today because I get to go to my 16-week checkup with a midwife. It is really nice that it's free, especially if you do have procedures that are quite expensive that you may need, for example a cesarean. They're covered, even though obviously we pay taxes. Taxes here in the UK are 40%, I think. Depends on your band. Say in the US ours was like 25 to 30%, so it's just significantly higher taxes. So for a healthy person who doesn't necessarily need the NHS very much, it's not that beneficial. But it is great for the peace of mind in case there's an accident or you don't have to worry about taking out a loan or using it for life savings to pay a US hospital if something terrible happens. But anyway, I'm excited because I want to hear the heartbeat. It is reassuring to me that the baby's still there, because the first trimester was really pretty terrible compared to my first, and I was feeling consistently nauseous. Didn't vomit, but I just didn't feel good. I couldn't eat well, I didn't want to eat well, I had very specific tastes, and I would suddenly get hungry or craving for something, etc. Now that the second trimester has settled in, I've been feeling great, and sometimes that worries me because I feel so good. I feel like, oh, I should have more pregnancy symptoms just to make sure the baby's okay. So I'm looking forward to the appointment today. What is it? See? How fast is it?
We're 150 at the moment, so that's perfect.
Hey everyone, we're back. I just had my midwife appointment. The midwife was so nice. She was the one who suggested that I take out my phone and record the heartbeat. And then my daughter got to hear the baby's heartbeat, and she does a really good job. Every time I ask her, where's the baby, she points to my stomach. The midwife is really home birth supportive and she loves attending home birth, so it was just nice to talk with her about that. However, I am probably not going to go with the NHS for my home birth. There were two things that came up from my first appointment. Because I was of Chinese descent, my midwife said that I would be recommended to take the glucose tolerance test, which is a test for gestational diabetes. Now, I took that test the first time around with my first pregnancy and I hated the test, so I do not want to take this test. With the other one, it asked for my husband's blood to see if it does come up as like a high risk factor of a certain kind of genetic abnormality. So here is my maternity care record, and every mom gets this. What's fantastic about this is that it has all of your things here, antenatal notes, and it tells you your blood test results, and then how much you weighed, your blood pressure from every appointment. Some obstetric notes, obviously that's for high risk people. Assessment unit, that's for when you give birth, and if there's anything notes that need to put in there from after the birth. And then letters, reports, investigations, so this would be the scan results, which I already had from my dating scan. I got my maternity exemption form, which means I can apply for a card which gives me free swimming access and free dental or something, and also prescription drugs are going to be free. So this is my blood result thing. It says, following your hemoglobinopathy screening result, we requested a blood sample from the father of your baby. If a baby inherits this gene from both parents, it may have serious lifelong health implications. Therefore, it is important for the father to be screened. My husband and I are against all these screenings. Not because if there is an issue that we want to be uninformed, but what is the way forward, right? So let's say your baby does have this serious issue. What options are they going to give you? Most of the time they're going to say, well, the baby will suffer, the baby might not live very long, we think you should terminate this pregnancy. For us, abortion is a no-go. We believe that life is precious. I don't want to be the reason or the cause of death. So getting it tested now and worrying about it, stressing about it, I think, one, it opens the door to saying maybe you should terminate your pregnancy. And then secondly, if that kind of thing does occur, we'll approach it as it comes. And then the gestational diabetes, the only indication for my referral. So look at this checklist here. All of these options that would flag me for this test, the only thing that they checked was family origin with high prevalence of diabetes. In parentheses, South Asian, Black Caribbean, and Middle Eastern. Well, guess what? Chinese people aren't South Asian. I brought it up to her and she basically said, no, you don't have to take it. That's all I've got today, and I've got to get cooking now for dinner. We're having curry chicken drumsticks. Curry is supposed to be good for your pregnancy. Thanks for listening, you guys. Bye!